Hello everyone, welcome back to Neutralix. I'm your host Gauntlets. Today we're going to be talking about the best legends for every weapon in Brawlhalla. Let's get right into this. So the first legend we're going to be talking about is Orion. This is the best Lance legend in my opinion. There's a lot of good Lance legends, but Orion is just super balanced with great stats, great sigs on both weapons. Just probably the most well-rounded Lance legend, both 1s and 2s, fundamentally insane. You may ask, hey, Gauntlets, you're pretty good at Lance, why don't you play Orion? I just don't like Spear. It's more of a personal thing rather than I just don't like Spear. That's all there is to it. Macho Man way easier and Thea goes hard. Okay, next weapon we got Boots. With Boots we got Tezca. Thea is a great second pick, insane signatures, but I believe with Tezca a little bit more well-rounded stats, insane signatures, the secondary weapon. Tezca is not as volatile as Lance in general, so you got Gauntlets, a great secondary weapon. Just wait and hear me out on Gauntlets on this, because that's a pretty funny weapon. Next we got Spear, and I think with Spear it's a little obvious. It's Kaya, winner of the last two lands. Kaya's insane. She's the best Spear, and not just Spear. Let's talk about bow. So Kaya's the best bow as well, but on this list, I don't want to pick two of the same characters. So if you had to pick another bow legend, I think Diana is a great pick. Diana has insane sigs, well-rounded, just another great pick. But the best Spear is Kaya, the best bow is Kaya. It is what it is. So next we got Katars. I think the best Katars character is Lucian. Lucian, his stats aren't actually that well rounded. And you may be wondering, hey, low attack, Katars, that's not so good together. Katars don't do a lot of damage. We actually have some of the best signatures in the game on Lucian. So you're going to be able to build up damage with these long strings on Katars. And you're also going to be able to finish those strings with insane signatures. The Katar end sig picks up grounded. The down sig, it got nerfed, but it's still an insane down sig. And the side sig is like a light attack. It's insane. Lucian's insane. Best Katars legend. There's also a Suri, and there's some other Katar characters, but I think Lucian's the best. Okay, so next we got Blasters, and I know I already said Diana because the best bow, which is Kaya, which is also Diana because I can't pick two. We're going to say Diana for the best Blasters character, just a little bit more well-rounded than characters like Rax. Could go Lucian, that's a good secondary, but we've already said him. I think Barraza's another great pick, but with the stats, might be a little bit difficult in ones. Isaiah's stats are kind of mid. Reno has a little too much dexterity, but another great pick. You can't really go wrong, but I'll just go with my girl Diana. Okay, so next we got Axe. I would pick Ulgrim. I think that's an insane Axe legend, but I believe, again, Lance being a little volatile, it can be either really good or really bad, somewhere in the middle. It really depends. I think Rayman is probably the best Axe character, but huge shout out to Ulgrim, probably some of the best Axe sigs in the game. I just think Rayman's sig kit and the stats, also between both weapons, a little bit more well-rounded for 1v1, just in my opinion. A little quicker too. So next we got Scythe, and I think you know my pick is Mordex. Look at those stats. You can go on 3 decks as well. It's insane. Huge shout out secondary pick Moonin, I think is really good. Nyx is pretty solid too. A lot of good Scythe characters, but you gotta go with Mordex. Also Artemis is kind of insane, not gonna lie, but Mordex. Okay, next we got Gauntlets. So here's the funny thing with Gauntlets. Gauntlets, they're not that broken in pure design, but every single Gauntlet character is broken or already on this list. So I'm going to say Wushang, but think of some of these characters. You got Mordex, okay, insane. Cross, insane. Val, insane. Caspian, insane. Onyx, insane. What Gauntlet character is bad? The worst Gauntlet character is probably Core. And Core is honestly really solid. Core meta will rise once again, one day. One day. But every Gauntlet character is broken, so you're probably good with anything. Even Zariel, broken. Everyone uses Gauntlets. Stop using Gauntlets. Stop it. Stop it. But, yeah. Okay, next we got Sword. So I'm going to say Val, but honestly, if I were to pick theoretically, I would say Sidra. I think Sidra is the best Sword character. Have you seen Sidra's stats? Let me show you in 1 second. I think Val is actually the best, just purely proven by Megd, insane Val player. Val has been around since the dawn of time. If I'm going to recommend the best Sword character, I'd probably say Val. Maybe like Koji, but I think Val's better. But dude, look at these stats. Look at this. 3 decks. Sword and Cannon's a pretty solid secondary. And her sword down sig is broken. Her end sig is solid. Her side sig is solid. I think this character is actually super underrated. So shout out to Sidra. Okay, next we got Hammer, and I think it's Thor. I don't think there's a ton of insane hammer characters. I'd say Thor or Bodvar, but I think Orb as a secondary with Thor's stats. 4 dexterity, let's go on the 3 dex stance, and it puts it to speed, which Thor needs. That's it. Some insane stats with an insane secondary weapon with some insane sigs. Thor's on the list. Oh yeah. Then right next to Thor, we got Orb and Petra. Petra is literally Scarlet, but with light attacks. Scarlet, you know, hammer, lance can be a little slow sometimes. Now let's give Petra an 8 attack character with 4 dex and enough speed. But let's say you just want defense, whatever. I believe, does defense take from dex? No, it takes from speed. But still, those are Scarlet stats with 4 dex. It's better than Scarlet stats. Scarlet, you need 5 speed, 7 attack. You have 8 attack, and you have light attack weapons. Broken. So yeah, Petra. And last on the list, the best cannon is Onyx. You know what's funny about this list? Every single character I recommend basically is low dexterity because I don't think dex is very useful. We got 4 dex on Onyx, goes down to 3, takes to speed. This is perfect stats. You don't need more than 5 attack. You have some insane sigs, a great secondary, Gauntlets. And yeah, Onyx is definitely the best cannon legend. Close secondary would be like Zal or Sidra, but Onyx is definitely just proven it way more. So yeah. Yo, okay, I look homeless, but hear me out. I forgot the Greatsword legend, so my bad. Let's get into this. So the best Greatsword legend in Brawlhalla is probably Jayin. I will say Arcadia, but Arcadia is kind of broken with the signatures. I'm not going to say something long-term. I don't know what happens. We'll see. But I think Jayin is the most well-rounded Greatsword legend, especially with those signatures. Some of the best signatures in the game. That Greatsword end sig, oh my god. And the side sig, holy. So yeah, that's Greatsword. That's my list for the best legend for every weapon in Brawlhalla. Let me know your thoughts down below. What would you change? What do you agree with, disagree with? I'd like to hear. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys all later on Neutralix. Peace.